this is the 12th seminar. So as we were just saying, we'll start this seminar. We will keep showing you the news in the software, but we will also need your input on where this weekly seminar should go. We will do an intensive 3-day seminar next September, but that's still something like 9 months away, which will also be good for us because we will need time to prepare everything, of course. But meanwhile, we still have this 1-hour session every week together. So feel free to send us where you want this weekly seminar to go. And what would help you better understand what you can do with the app. And so you are just saying that medical doctors could have a hard time understanding what we get from the app, because this is, of course, a very different way of seeing things. But in your particular case, you are dealing with mostly psychological issues. And for that, we have a lot of things in the app because we have actually an emotional interpretation behind every biomarker. So when you click on the flower in a biomarker, you will see a lot of information. So if it's an organ or if it's an acupuncture point, it will say where it is, but it will also have the emotional links and the guided meditation texts. So all of this can help understand why this comes as a priority in your particular case. And maybe a medical doctor will not understand why you have a particular meridian or a particular organ as a priority. But if you look at the emotional impact of this, maybe you will make some correlations with the state of your users.
Yes, I do look at the emotional states, and when you and they're generic, and I understand it because it's, but I do look at that, and I showed her, but when we looked at some of the different biomarkers, right, and we clicked on them, and you click on them and the type comes up and you look at it, it shows the links and the resources and that.
Yep.
There a lot of them, because of where the flower petal was, they were similar, right? So the emotional state was in all 3 of those biomarkers were this, it had the same comments, right? I mean, the first couple paragraphs were a little bit different, but when you get down into the emotional, all of that was pretty much the same for every
I don't think so. The emotional is really different for so each emotional text is linked to a specific biomarker, so it doesn't change according to the user. It changes according to the organ or the part of the organ or the acupuncture point it is. But I think what you are referring to is the last text, which is an explanation of the petal and the attention, intention, horizon.
Yes.
This particular text is just dependent on the petal and the attention, intention, horizon. So yes, it's not dependent on a specific biomarker or a specific user. It's just to explain what the petal and the attention means, the qualities.
Okay, because that's what she keyed on when she saw that.
Yes, this particular text is not specifically tied to a user. It's just to explain what the petal means.
Yeah.
But you should probably have a deep look at the emotional interpretation, which is, I think, the second text. The first one is an explanation of where the biomarker is or what it is, and the second one is the emotional links. And it comes from biological decoding or other sources. So it's really interesting to make these correlations, particularly for psychological issues.
Yeah, because I think emotional is a really big thing for behavioral, right? Yeah. Because usually, like I'm a facilities manager now, and I still go to the buildings. I mean, I was in my office maybe an hour the whole day, and I was at all these other buildings, right? But when I was a tech, and all our buildings are staffed at the front desk, right? They can't walk in and out. They have to be fobbed into the building. So there is security, right? I mean, it's security for them too. And whenever I had a work order or something, I would go to the front desk and say, okay, here's the unit number. do you have a how's the tenant today? Is he baseline or she baseline, or are they escalated? Or I mean, they may not know because they may not have seen them yet, but they always check in on that. And that was something that I was trying to, and I didn't express it very well with the explanations, right? Like baseline, right?
Mhm.
And I didn't realize that that's just I did realize that the last paragraph was just an emotional, not an emotional, but that's what, anyway.
Just to make clear, I will share my screen
Okay.
to see, to make it very clear. Um, so if you go to any biomarker,
Mhm.
um, you will here have location, usage, emotional links, quality. So you click on it. And when you click on it, you will have a main presentation, then the
Yeah.
location, then the usage, if it's an acupuncture report, for
Mhm.
instance, and then this emotional links. And this is specific to bladder.
Right.
Okay, so this text will always be the same for the bladder meridian. And the quality here will always be the same for the petal states and these different qualities. So this is an explanation text that explains what it means that it's flexible on loose control, average, and long term. So it will always be the same for every element that are flexible, loose control, average, and long term. Okay. So
Okay.
maybe what you're looking for is if it's in the priorities, you go to priorities, and then
Uh,
you ask yourself, why do I have this in the automatic priorities? And at that point, you can click here and check the emotional links.
Oh, okay. So that's how I can tie those together, and
Yeah.
and then basically like with the quality and all that, I mean, I can see where that helps, but I guess maybe it's just because the markers I pulled up and they were just random. I wasn't looking at the priorities. That was a mistake.
Yeah, I think you can look at the priority, especially since the last update, where now if you click here and you, for instance, remove all and add the key priorities,
Oh, yes,
it
I remember that.
yeah, it will be picked now only from the low resources score. So it will show you everything that is the contrary of a resource. Okay, so
That's That
so
is
that,
where I didn't go. And that
yeah,
was just from the lab. I do have that version on my laptop,
yeah.
and that's what she was looking at.
So I think you can start digging into the priorities and just click on it and see what it is. If there are some information, for instance, for the teeth, yes, we do have it. Emotional links. Yeah. Okay. So you will find some information there, and you can also maybe read the meditation as a priority to see if it helps, and then users can just
Is is it
start using the meditations. Mhm.
is it possible to do like the screen you're on now to
Yeah.
print that out, right? But what I would like to do is not, and not I mean, I can always screen capture that,
No, no.
but
What you need is the PDF report because
right, right,
you have the priorities that are here.
yeah,
So if you go down, you start with the resources and
right.
then you have the priorities, and the emotional links are printed
Okay.
right on the report because it's so important.
That's good. I didn't present it that way. That's
Okay.
really
So
good.
you
She did
have
look at the
you have
PDF though.
first a description and then the emotional links because as you say, the main reason why these particular elements are active now are probably the emotional links.
Okay. Really what, and then I could just print the PDF and pages because it's easier to show it on paper,
Yes,
and then I can highlight with a marker, and then we can sit down and look at it, and then maybe that's how I start uh
yes. Mm,
selling the phlebotomist angle. That's what I'm really trying to look for.
yes,
She's excited about the program. It's just that it's a different way of looking at things, and she wants to do it herself. So I made her the MP3 up so she can take it home and
yeah,
listen to scan. So she's, whether it's 21 days or not, she's going to get that. And I think that'll be a big selling point, but it's how do we translate it to the people that are that are, they may come into the office escalated, I
Yeah,
mean,
but
you know,
then the other part that might be useful for you is the drives,
yeah,
because the drives are directly related to emotions. So for this, you will probably have also very interesting information in the drives.
okay,
Okay?
yeah. Because I mean, she's really excited about it, and there's other people in the company that have talked about it. So I mean, they really want to, they I haven't been able to demonstrate to everybody, but I have my laptop. It's not set up right now because I just got in just in time to come to the meeting. But my laptop's set up on my desk, and I always have at the very least one of my analysis up so they can see the meridian points, right? And see how the flow is, see the
Mhm.
half body. And then I click down to points and they see all the little agitation ones and everything. And that's really interesting. I mean, I've got my sensor and everything. I mean, it's always with me.
That's why having some visuals in the app is very
Yeah.
important because it helps understand, and that's why the meditations are written in a way to help people visualize their inner body. Because if you ask most people where their one particular organ is, they don't have a clue.
Yeah.
So it's really important to help them visualize where their organs are or where the acupuncture points are, and then just engage with their own body, because people usually don't engage with their own body; they just delegate it, which is
Well,
crazy. Yeah.
what I try to do for some of the people, it's like, Uh, I mean, when we have time to talk about it, usually they come into my office because they're interested. And if I have time, we sit down, we talk about it. But I see, they come into the office and I say, for the reality. And I say, I start off you saying, well, everything outside of you is an illusion. It's in a distortion, right? And I say, I don't walk through reality like a fish swims through water. Reality swims through me and is expressed through my heart.
Mm.
And then and then I start going on with that explanation. But most people, they don't. They're I shouldn't say most people. The people that I have encountered at Plymouth, staff members, um, very few of them are. They don't look inside. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
that's why we don't want to call the meditations because it scares some people.
Yeah,
But if it's just an adventure or a guided journey,
yeah.
inside, then it could be fun. It could just be fun. And by the way, it's fun, but you also engage with your body, and by engaging with your body, things go better. Mm.
Well, it's also like the what do you call it? The biofeedback, right? I mean, a lot of people, at least people my age, well, they understand what biofeedback is, the little box and I mean that's what this evolved from, I think, all of I Thrive and all that stuff, right? Biofeedback. Only now we can actually monitor it more
Yeah.
so than we could before. And actually, Medrick's got software that could actually say, well, yeah, this is really what's going on. Okay.
Okay. Um, uh,
Can I ask a question?
yes, yes, please.
Could you show me where to get to the drives again? It was a
Yes,
new
sure.
image
Mhm. So the drives are in the mind. So remember, you have
in the mind. Okay.
the more technical info that is here, everything
Yeah.
related to energy, then the body, and then the mind. And the
Okay.
drives is the last one here
Mind.
in the shadow.
Drive.
So the mind is separated in mind, spirit, and shadow. So conscious, unconscious, and spirit. So shadow is
Okay.
okay. Mm.
And the positive above the line and below the line are the
Yes, it's
positive
a bit
and
more clear
negative.
now because you have when you click on a zone, you will see all the emotions that are part of this zone. So here you see three lines on top, which are calmness, concentration, and thoughtfulness, and three lines on the bottom, which are obsessive compulsive, emotional instability, and worthiness. And there is this small link here to show that it's related on the constructive side and the destructive side.
Where's the connection link?
Yeah, there is a very thin line.
Okay, I don't
Maybe
see
you
that.
don't see on the video, but
Okay.
it's in the app. Okay.
Okay.
in the next feature, right?
So it's the light side and the dark side of the same emotion.
Yes, somehow. Hmm.
Yeah. Okay.
Or
Thank you.
it's two emotions that act in opposite directions somehow.
On the same spectrum.
Yes, and that's why you have this line, the blue line here,
Yeah.
that shows you where the average is between the two. And so
Oh.
if it tends to go to the negative side or if it tends to go up to the positive side.
Aha.
Okay, so you will
Right.
see, for instance, this one is pretty low, but something is driving it up, and that's memory. Okay, if you click on a specific bar, you will see only its memory, which go against learning difficulties. Okay, and
Mm.
the emotion linked to memory is much more energized than the other one. So in average, they go up.
So on this example, when you're on the bottom learning difficulty, the orange flower
Yes,
is giving, if you click on that, will it give me an energy?
yes, it's low on
Yeah.
energy and it's
Low
highly
energy.
agitated. And lose control, disperse long term. If you want to understand that, you can read
Read that.
the quality
Yeah.
text. So the element is currently in a state of learning, characterized by normal energy and etc. So this text will explain the petal state and the quality. Yeah.
Amazing. I don't know how you got this amount of work done in one lifetime.
Yeah.
It's incredible.
So can I ask a question here? So
Yeah.
the positive, so the bar above, right? You got the center line, right? And the memory one we were on. So the blue bar
Yes.
is it's on the uh that's not necessarily positive. That's just a high state of excitation going up, right? So and the opposite would be well click
For
so
instance, on this one, uh,
yeah.
on the positive side, we have agility. On the constructive side, on the destructive side, we have rigidity.
Okay.
It
So
seems
each
that
one,
during this recording, the measurement of rigidity was much more energetic than the one linked to agility. So
okay.
in average, the blue line is under here. And as you can see, the blue line is the middle of, there is a same distance from
Yeah.
here and here and from here and here. So it's like it's a kind of candle bar, if you know these kind of things. So
Mhm.
uh, this is showing where the middle of this bar is,
Oh, okay.
average. Mm. So it's a good way to scan quickly with the eye and see where the most the biggest outliers are. And maybe this one is also interesting. So willpower against self-sabotage.
Oh,
Self-sabotage is very strong. Willpower is less strong. So in average, it goes more on the destructive way.
oh, so and
So if you want to work on this particular problem, for instance, you can work on self-sabotage, but maybe you'd better work on willpower and try to enhance willpower, which will automatically recalibrate the two opposite sides.
yeah, this is very helpful because I know that we've passed on you've mentioned this before in previous for the drives, but
Yeah.
yeah, this is really showing because self-sabotage and willpower, that's elements that all of these tenants are going to be facing,
Yeah,
including
sure.
me.
And maybe you don't want to address self-sabotage frontally, but maybe you can just do a meditation and willpower, and it will help balance things.
Okay.
Do a meditation or generate the frequencies, maybe to stimulate this,
Yeah.
because as soon as it is in the priorities, you can also export it as a frequency program.
And so
So
this software, I mean, the software is basically it's binaural beats, right? I mean, that's really what the minimum output is. I've been using every night.
not only we have binaural beats, but we have also pure frequencies. Um, so we use both
What frequencies?
pure frequencies. Mm.
Pure
Yeah,
frequencies.
we have when you go to lists. No, sorry. Let's go back to list here. You will find here all the frequencies that are available. So energy, body, and mind are the biomarker frequencies. So if you want to play them, you can just play them like that. Okay. So these are mostly pure frequencies that are linked to these different biomarkers. Okay. But then if you go to protocol, you will have some binaural frequencies and you will have some pure frequencies too. Let me show you that. I seem to miss some elements. Oh, no, okay, it's here. Amino acid, nice. Check. Okay, so here we have a lot of binaural bits, but it's only one frequency, so it must be combined with another one. But usually you select it for a particular organ, so it will use the base frequencies of this organ, and it will mix it with the binaural bits that you will choose here.
So if you have a liver issue, you
Yeah.
can go into the binaural beats, and then you can use also the pure frequencies and add them into your meditation and help
Yes. So
relieve the liver.
what I would do is maybe go to the liver. Click on it, and here choose the frequencies. So you would first add the liver as an organ. So
Okay.
the base frequencies of the liver, and then you could choose here anything that would be related to the liver if you want to add some protocols on top of it.
Right.
Yes, and maybe, I don't know, energy, general vitality and energy. Okay, so you will, when you do that, if we go back to the frequencies, harmonic boost now. Sorry, I have a bug on this particular file. I must change it.
I noticed you took the plus off and it became a minus. Shouldn't it be the other way around when you added it?
Yes, maybe it's a way to show that when you click on it, it makes something. So what are you saying? When I go to the frequencies?
You see, when you see on the bottom, let's say you want to use that one, you're putting it from plus to minus. Which one engages it?
Yes, that's true. So when it's green, it means that it's added to your frequencies.
Okay. It would
But
be more intuitive if that was a plus rather than a minus.
it's true. My meaning was that if you click on it, you remove it, so it shows a minus.
Remove it from what?
From your frequencies, from your frequency plans, from your harmonic boosts.
There's a question there in the chat
I thought you want to add it.
for frequencies on binaural beats. I mean, the effects on the body.
What?
What is the difference between pure frequencies on binaural beats, the effects on the body from Sarah?
No, that's new. You can close and analyze it here. Okay. So let's go to the balance library, for instance. And you have some programs that you prepared here that are not linked to a particular person. So now when I am in an analysis, I can just close the analysis and go back to the home page without an analysis open, which allows me to go to the balance library. And in the balance library, I can have some of my favorite programs that I designed or that are available public. And now if I open it, I can add them as priorities or just add them as frequencies. So if I click here, it will load all of these elements into my frequencies. And now I can directly export them as a new file, which is not linked to a particular user, okay?
What does harmonize mean? The harmonize now. What does that do?
It will play all the programs one after another.
So it's just basically play.
Yes.
Right. Okay.
Yes.
Because I've done that before and I turned the sound off.
Yes.
I thought harmonizing it to the export file, but it
yes, you can. This is to play it now, and this is to export and to save it.
That's what I did. I exported WIN's analysis.
Yes.
And I
And
thought
by the way, in the next version, the export function is something like 100 times quicker. So this is
yeah.
part of the under the hood improvements that we are doing right now. So if you want to work on your eyes, for instance, I'm not into an analysis. I have to open analysis for that. So this function that I just show you in the next version allows you to quickly load a list that you have done and just export it in the frequencies and export the file, or maybe add it to the priorities of your current user. So this is maybe an answer for the question from Tino that wanted to do a specific program for his customer, and in this way you could create something in the balance library and just export an audio file of these particular priorities or add them all to your customer's priorities.
Yes, thank you, Mederic. Yeah, that's answered my question.
Okay.
Now, regarding that, can I then select any frequency or just a
Yes.
sub-selection?
No. You can select any frequency. When you are here, sorry. Let me just finish with the previous question and then I will answer
Yes,
it. Okay.
please.
When you are here and you add some protocols on the lung, for instance, it will show as a group here. Okay. So if you click on add protocol, here you can, let's add some elements just to show you. They will be just added here as a group. It means that all the group will play together with the lung frequencies and these encoded frequencies on top of it. So this is the organ, and these are the protocols that will correct something into this organ. So as they vibrate together, the energy will be directed to the lung. So if you choose, for your question, Frederic, if you choose the liver and you add some protocols on it, the pure frequencies of the liver will resonate in the same time as maybe this binaural bit. So these binaural bits will be encoded on the frequencies of the lung.
So the extrapolation is that when we use the base frequencies of the particular organ, we are augmenting the function of that organ because maybe there was some distortion.
Yes.
But there's no danger that using those frequencies might actually weaken the organ because it can't tolerate that frequency or something.
No. It can only add energy. And by the principle of resonance, when you send a particular frequency, it directs only with the structures that are resonant with it. So
constructive interference.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
And so here you can, if you want, with this little button, you can play this program in loop, just this block. Okay. So if I click here, it will start. Sorry.
I discovered that the other day. You can do individual frequency playing.
Exactly. So this button means that it will play the organ and then encode all of this element and in a loop indefinitely until you stop it. Okay. So this is for
if
your
you
own...
put it in your pocket with headphones, then it'll work without you having to hear it.
And what also will be available is a second button to export just this program if you want to loop it, because right now you can limit the export program with these top buttons, but you cannot export one specific program, for instance. So this will come also in a later version.
Okay.
But if you want to export all the programs with protocols, for instance, you just click on with protocol and then you click on export and it will generate an MP3 file with all your programs with a protocol, meaning that you will probably launch this program when you are ready to do some work.
Right.
And you will take the energy program, for instance, or the high attention programs on different files, and you will just launch them when you feel like using it.
So just on a graphic basis, to back up for 1 second, the flower, the different colors of the flower really only refer to energy level, right? Not energy and agitation.
Energy and agitation.
So, but
Yes, you see this one, the agitation is medium and the energy is high. So if it's in this quadrant, okay. If you have the book, there is a nice illustration in the book, and maybe I've put it here. No, not yet. Okay. It's really like if you want, you have this vertical axis and this horizontal axis are each divided in three zones. So you have this lower zone, this central zone, and this higher zone. And here, lower zone, central zone, higher zone. So here we are in the central zone on the higher zone. So it gives us this red petal here.
So if now if say you move the adapting.
If we stay this one, we are here in the higher zone and in the lower zone. So it gives us this direction.
So in all times when I see yellow, it would mean low energy, high agitation.
Yes, which we call
regardless. So the optimum flower position would be low agitation and high energy, right?
Yes, that's what we call
which
resource.
is the top left.
But central is also quite good. You know, this one.
What does it mean when they're all there?
It means it's average and average.
Ah, okay. That's what I didn't understand. Excellent. Okay. Merci.
Okay. And what was the question before? Sorry.
Well, I have another question.
Wait, because there was a pending question that I didn't answer before that. Tino, maybe? I don't remember.
Was it my question?
Between pure frequencies and binaural beats, the effect.
Tino had a question.
Yes, but I think Tino asked the question before that.
He left. Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, we will come back to it when he's back.
Sorry, I lost connection.
Yes. You also had a question, but I put it on hold. Can you ask it again?
Yeah. I forgot. Sorry.
Yes, me too. Okay, it will come back.
Yeah.
Anytime. Yes, Daniel.
To that frequency. So when we're adding protocols are the binaural beats.
Not necessarily. We also have protocols with pure frequencies.
Well, when you brought the lung up, right, in that previous screen, and then we added protocols to it.
Yes.
So I guess maybe I didn't understand. So selecting the lung is the base resonant frequencies, okay? And then now you've got the protocols, which are below, right? That's what happens when you add protocols. So the protocols are harmonized with the base frequencies.
Exactly.
And then that's what forms a binaural beats, so to speak, because I'm not understanding harmonized.
Okay, so it's not necessarily a binaural beat, because what defines a binaural beat is that it's two frequencies that are very close. And for instance, 100 hertz and 108 hertz, which would create a beat at 8 hertz. And you cannot usually hear 8 hertz because it's under the hearing limit, which is sadly around 50 hertz at our age. So maybe a bit lower for younger people. But the brain can train on 8 hertz thanks to this beat. And I can show you what it looks like. You want me to show that? Just before I show it. So when you have this kind of display, it means that during the whole program, some frequencies from the lung will be played, and some frequencies from the protocols will be mixed with it. And when you listen to the frequencies that are generated by BioCoherence, you have 4 frequencies at once, at the same time. And it moves between the frequency selection every 6.7 seconds. So here you can see we have 10 frequencies that are part of the lung. So this is the 10 base frequencies that make the lung resonate. And then we have added 6 programs with only 1 frequency. So it's probably something like a binaural beat. So if it's a very low frequency, something like 4 hertz, it will be mixed with one of the frequencies of the lung to make it vibrate at 6 hertz. And if it's a higher frequency, say 300 hertz, it will be played directly like a pure frequency. So it depends on the programs.
Okay.
Okay.
I understand how it would become a binaural. I understand now. Okay, thank you. That answered my question. Thank you.
Okay, great.
Binaural beats are their own thing. They're not.
Binaural beats is a way to deliver frequencies that are lower than the hearing limit.
Right. Right. So then it's not that doesn't become binaural beats by mixing it. He's mixing binaural beats with the pure frequencies to give you the total output.
Exactly. I will know if we are speaking about frequencies, I will show you how it looks and you will better understand when you see it. Okay. It's just a little bit too long to load.
This what
and by the way, yes, sorry, Tino, go.
This what you're going to show. I think that's one of the good things to be presented in the presentation.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And the very complicated work that we are currently doing under the hood is that in the next version, everything from the meditation will be pre-computed so that it can be played with the screen off. So in the next version, starting with the next version, you can launch the meditation and just shut the device off, and it will continue playing until the end. And you will even have the controls to go forward or backwards on the lock screen. So that is very good, but it was quite complicated. And it also means that we are just one step away from exporting the meditation as audio files, like we do with the frequencies now. So it will probably be possible at one point to export the meditations as audio files. So let me show you how it looks. What is a binaural bit? So this is an audio file. I don't know if you heard it. Do you have sound or not?
No.
No, okay. So I have to change my zoom parameters. Audio, suppression, et, son d'origine. That's it. Let me try again. Do you have sound?
I don't hear it.
No,
Okay.
not on mine.
Okay. So anyway, this is a binaural bit. If you zoom in it, so this is the base frequency, these are the frequencies in hertz. So this is a frequency that is probably around 400 hertz or something like that. If you zoom on the waveform, this is a pure sinusoidal wave, but left and right are slightly in a different frequency. So if we go at the very beginning, for instance. Okay, anyway, it's quite hard to find the exact beginning. Okay, now we have the exact beginning. You see it start at the same point, and then there is a wave on the left side and a wave on the right side. And you see here, it's actually a little bit shifted from the left side and the right side, because the frequencies are a little bit different. And if we had the two frequencies one on top of another, you would see a much lower frequencies that would move like that. And it's actually not something that I can show you on this stereo recording. I should do another one with the two mixed, or maybe reduce it as a mono. Let's try that. Yes. Haha. So when we convert it to mono, you can see that there is a much longer wave that is here, that is actually only a few hertz. So something that we cannot hear. And this is the addition of the two. You see that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But when we put on binaural beats on an app or something, you hear the sound. What are they doing?
It's actually not working when it's mono. it's working much less. It's much less efficient. And for the binaural beats, it's better to use headphones because your brain will be in the center of this low frequency wave and will attune to this particular wave. Now I can show you another kind of program, which are pure frequencies. And so these are the frequencies that are moving every 6 seconds. So this is a complex wave here. And this wave will be changing at some point, you see, like that, to different frequencies. And when you see the spectrum on the bottom, I don't know if you hear it. If you don't, it's a shame. Or maybe I can just...
Well, you on your on this little the dB monitor, right? You show 0 dBs. Now I know dBs, is that just gain or is that gain and sound? Right there where the line is, where you got the little clock and the chart, and it's got plus 0 dBs. You see that? No, in the center up, I'm using my arrow. Below the word Melangur, you can move that. Yeah, that.
That's something to enhance the display, I think.
I don't hear anything. Well, dB means decibels, so it's audible.
So this is a typical program for an organ, for instance. And then if you want, I can show you a meridian.
Oh, yeah.
You don't hear it?
Do you? Médéric, you hear it?
Yes, you don't have the sound.
No.
Okay, let me try and use inner sound. Microphone. Not sure. D'origine pour musicien. Let's try this one. You still don't have sound?
Not me.
It's a shame.
What frequency is it at? Because it might be too low. 13 hertz.
No. It's there's a lot of different frequencies. No, but
Pick it up. Go again.
Right. Still no sound? Oh, that's a shame. I'm telling it to not suppress any sound. Maybe it's for the next meeting. I don't know. Yeah. Anyway, so this is the kind of sound that we generate.
So that
and you can see, maybe I can show you a last one, which has the chords. This is when you start the meditation and you have some noises to help you breathe and to help you with your particular chord. So this one is a G sharp major, for instance. So you have the harmonies of the music, which are the yellow lines, and then you have some pure noise, which symbolize your respiration, inspiration, expiration. I try to show you next time with a way for you to actually hear them, because if you don't hear them, it doesn't mean a lot. Sorry.
Does the application you were using, is that something that comes on an Apple, or is that just like frequency, or what is the?
No, it's a sound editing software. So
is it like Audacity?
It's not Audacity, but maybe Audacity can do that.
Okay.
But it's the same kind of software, yes.
Yeah, okay. Thank you.
Dan is looking for something more complex to handle because this program is too easy for him.
Yeah.
And
Only when
so,
I'm asleep is it easy.
and so what you will have in the next version, so everything will be pre-computed. The only thing that will be computed just before you launch the actual meditation is if you add some protocols, because if you add some protocols, you will really have a specific mix and so on. But it's really fast to pre-compute now, so it's not a problem. And you will have, I added a button to mute the voice when you do the meditation. After the suggestion of Tino, I've added a second button, which is mute the frequencies. And you can also now adjust the speed of the voice. So you can actually have the voice go a little bit slower or a little bit quicker according to how you feel. So you can remove the frequencies if the frequencies are bothering you. So just make the guided meditation with the voices. And you can also adjust the voice speed directly in the app in real time.
Can you do the opposite? Can we turn off the voice and just listen to the frequencies?
Yes.
Because I prefer that actually.
Yes, but that's because people have different preferences. So
yeah.
Let me just show you. I will remove my camera. And how do I do that? I must share on QuickTime. Oh, sorry. Yes, okay.
Wasn't the turning off the words on like the meditations, turning that, wasn't that a new an addition to 1.18 version? Yeah.
Yes, it was not far away.
Yeah.
So when I start now, it will play even if I switch the screen off. But now you see these two buttons. This one will remove the voice, and this one will remove the frequencies.
Okay.
So you can play without the voice, only the frequencies, or without the frequencies, only the voice, or normal with both.
Beautiful.
And there will be a new button here to adjust the speed.
Do you do this programming yourself, or do you have somebody in IT guy to do it?
No, I do it myself.
Wow.
Wow.
All right. Multi-talent. Do you, at the end of this session, Stephen, did you want to talk a little bit with Mederick about Canada? Do you have time today, or you want to set another time?
No, we can.
We can?
Yeah.
Okay, after it's over.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Thank you.
I think there were other questions, maybe Siren? Or...
Well, I would like to come back to my question.
Yes, it came back.
The case I had was, I think I can solve part of my problem, which is coming out of any patient and going to the general menu and then open the I don't know I don't remember the name, but on the side that menu to select frequencies. But if I edit within a customer the frequencies by removing, how can I get them back?
Yes, maybe you should remove your sound. Let's go back to this because I've added the function just for you. So if you are into priorities, what you want to do is not edit your current priorities, but maybe just close the analysis, which is new. Okay. And now just go to the balance library and open one of your selection and click on the new button harmonic boost. which will allow you to export it directly.
Yes.
Okay, so in this way, you can remove or add elements to this selection, export it, and then go back to your homepage and reopen the file. So you don't touch to your priorities that are defined for this person, but you can export another selection that you have in your library.
That's great.
And you can do so you can do a specific program for this person without changing the main priorities.
Yeah, and now if I accidentally delete a priority or a frequency from the harmonizing, how do I get it back?
There's no undo button for that.
I guess I should load all the priorities again.
No, okay. So if you remove it from here, it will stay on the page until you leave it. Okay, so if you delete it like that, you can always add it again. But as soon as you start adding things or going away, it will vanish. Okay. Maybe we could add them to a kind of bin, like recently deleted elements or something like that, so that you could find them if you made a mistake. Is that your?
Is it not? Maybe I will not make any mistakes anymore.
No, but I mean, it's possible that you do a mistake and it would be useful to find them. Actually, we did that for the lists. If you are into the list and you delete an element, you will find a button here that says restore elements or restore deleted elements or restore deleted lists. So we could do the same for priorities of our frequencies. It's not very complicated to do. So that.
But I think I mean we can always reload the calculation of the priorities.
Yes, yes, but if you did a painful selection manually with a lot of elements, and then you end up clicking on this, for instance, this new very interesting button that you don't have yet, but is remove all, and you do that, and you say, "Oh, my hour of work just vanished." Maybe it would be a good idea to have a list of recently deleted elements.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So maybe I will add it here to a list of deleted elements, and you could find it easily like that.
Because right now it's just only in the buffer, and then when you change and reload the page, it wipes out the buffer, right?
Yeah.
That's what you say when you leave, right?
Well, if it's the automatic priorities, you can always click on key priorities and it will find them back. But if it's priorities that you found by yourself by browsing all the screens, and you click here and you remove them all, currently you don't have a way to put them back. So I will think about it to just put them in a recently deleted list. And by the way, I don't know if you saw that, or maybe it's not yet available, I'm not sure, but you have this new pick a priority that allows you to browse every element from all screens in one go. So here you have all drives, for instance, all meridian points. So you have everything under one list, including the TCM receipts, which are all here, and you can add them in one click. So if you want to make a specific list on, I don't know, let's say drives, and you don't want to, and you are not into analysis, you cannot go to the drive screen, but you can create a list of things that you want to work with, like that. And then you have done this nice list. And you can create a new balance library that you will call positive feelings, for instance, and you will put it in mind, and you will just save it. And now you have this list that you can add when you want to any priority list, or you can just export it to Harmonic Boost. Oh, sorry, my former one has not been emptied, so I should empty it before. Let's do it again. I will close the analysis. I will go back to the balance library. I will go to mind, positive feelings. I have these 5 elements, and I can just add them to the Harmonic Boost. And now I could export them as a frequency file.
MP3.
Yes, exactly. And I could also say this list is really good, so I want to share it with the world. So I would say it's public.
Really good.
Okay, and if I put it public on a save to library, it will then be available to all users.
Wow. So if I want to just say focus on the optic nerve,
yeah,
my left eye, I can just go in there, create a frequency, and just
exactly. So
play it
let's go
just
to the
for that
balance
one thing.
library. Right now it's empty, so I would pick a priority. One thing that is missing here is a keyword search that will be on the top. So you can just enter a keyword and it will find everything. But
Okay.
you would go to the main organs here. So here you have the main organs, but if you want the detail, the organ parts, you will find them here. So you will find, for instance, iris, lens, optic nerve, retina,
Right.
and this one should have a plus. So it will have a plus before release, but right now it lacks the plus. So I will find it here, eyes. Okay.
Okay.
So now I have a list of 5 elements related to the eyes, and I will create a new library. I will call it eyes stimulation, for instance. I will put it into body, and I will have these 5 elements. Okay.
Save.
But now what I want to do, sorry.
Can you export it?
I can export it, of course, harmonic boosts. And it still have my old one. Maybe that's not very interesting. So it should probably remove the old ones. Or maybe I can just remove them like that. It should probably come with an empty list. That's not finished. So
thank you, everyone. This has been very
Bye.
I need to go now. And everybody have an abundant rest of your day. Thank
And
you.
have a great Christmas if we don't see you.
You as well. Bye.
Bye.
And so, yes, you can export it, but you can also add some new elements. So if you go back to pick a priority, you can maybe now search into meridian points, for instance, or I don't know.
Chakras.
Yeah,
Maybe.
chakras, TCM receipts, for instance. Maybe you will find something related to vision here. A, for
Maybe
instance.
third
Okay.
eye.
Let's add eye. Okay. And then maybe you will go to the meridians and you will add, I don't know, help me. Allez, governor vessel, why not? And then you have added some elements to this list that are still 5 elements. So if you go back in it and you edit it, and you click on add the priorities, it will add the new elements to this list.
Save to library.
And you save it again, and now it has 7 elements.
And can you export it? Show me, export it to my email? How do you export?
What I can do is export as an MP3.
Yeah.
And then send it to you.
How?
As frequencies. Or I can send it to you as a list by making it public.
Yeah.
And as soon as it's public, when you have access to the library, you will find this program into your own library.
Okay, which you have if you have a membership, right?
Yes. Mm. And when everything is finished, so probably in the next release. Mm.
Beautiful.
And so if you want to take this one and modify it to do your own list, you could just add everything to your priorities, go back and pick some new priorities, either from here or from anywhere else from the software, and then save it as your own list, as your own balance.
Yeah, and then I guess one can do is say use it for a week and then record the results and then maybe add 2 or 3 more priorities, record those, see what the changes are with
yes, what I would do is that maybe you could do a recording or open an existing recording. So let's open this one. Where I have only 5 priorities. Okay, so I want to add this list. I will go on plus on my balance library, body, eye stimulation, and I would click add to priorities, and it would add every element from it to my current list. So it means that now my personal guide and my meditation will be based on this new priority list.
Wow. With 78 parts to it, or 72, 36.
No, 36 minutes, it means.
Oh, 36 minutes. Okay.
Yes, but you can change it with that.
Okay.
And you see the eye will be on day 1, etc., etc.
Ah.
Okay, so these elements and the acupuncture points linked to the TCM receipts that you chose will be part of your daily meditations.
Now, in the 21-day program, I was reading that part of the advantage is to see the progression over time.
Yes.
Then
That's
I think
what
there
you
was
see.
an icon somewhere where you said,
you
here
see
are the
it.
changes.
You see it here. That's your progress.
So how would you interpret that down, up?
Apo, on est en conférence. So this is a graph of the evolution of the governor vessel across time.
Yeah.
So it started pretty low, it went higher, and then it went lower again and higher again. Okay. And you can see everything. So this is the priorities of today, but you can click all to see every priorities that you chose and how they evolve with time.
Okay, so where you see an increase in each of those curves, for example, does that tell you that what you did at that day is positive? Is that like a feedback?
Yes.
So you can do more of that next time or less?
Sure.
So on the meridians, we did something there which made it worse.
No, the meridian. Okay, so
the energy
when it's
drop.
green, you see some are green and some are red. Okay.
Right.
When it's green, it means that you are currently on a higher point than at the beginning.
Oh.
And when it's red, it means that you are currently at a lower point than at the beginning.
Oh.
Okay. So yes, on the meridian we went high and then we went low and then we went high again. So maybe something happened here that could be investigated.
Right.
You also have to remember that everything is in equilibrium one with each other. So I would be surprised if at the end everything is green, because there should be a balance between everything. So what would be more important is that everything is more or less equilibrated to something that is satisfying.
Like, for example, you went out to eat Chinese food the night before, which was full of MSG, and it screwed up your balance of your water balance. So that caused that drop. So maybe it's a way to identify allergies or things that are not healthy for you if you keep track.
Sure. But this is the way. So each time you do a reevaluation. So just again, when you start with a meditation, you can do a reevaluation just by clicking here, and it will prompt you to do a new recording. And then you start your meditation. And this new recording will show the evolution of all of these elements on the curve. Okay.
At the end of the day, this is an analysis tool. We still need to be able to interpret the data.
Yeah.
So we still need professionals.
Yes, that's why we want to connect as many users as possible with professionals. So when we have the professional directory live with professionals, everybody could connect in a few clicks with a professional and book an appointment.
Yeah, yeah, it was very
people that are
interesting.
actually trained on the software and that able to.
Yeah, Stephen told me a little bit more about our friend, the optician, and that, it's interesting that whatever field you're in, your general health can impact it,
Yeah.
right? So it was interesting that your eyes, people are looking at the eyes, but the problem is in the gut or it's in the spleen or, nobody thinks about the relationship. So
Sure.
with this tool, even an optician or a chiropractor or a,
Yeah.
acupuncturist can see the relationships as they show up.
Yeah.
Amazing. Okay.
I sent you a message from Gurno on text message.
That has problems in the latest version. Yeah. So Gano, I'm sorry if there is indeed a measurement problem in the latest version, but I cannot do an update very quickly because I was in the middle of breaking everything under the hood and rebuilding the meditations. But please know that starting 1.18.9, the measurement is much more efficient. But I was sadly stuck on 0.8 on Electron, so on Windows. And I couldn't do the update because meanwhile, I had broken everything inside. So we are back on things being not broken and the measurement will improve again. So sorry for that.
Thank you.
It's actually better now I think the update has been made on iOS and Android, but just not on Windows. So I'm sorry for that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So is it working on Windows?
Right
No.
now, the Windows version is stuck on .8, which had a problem in the measurement, which led to much longer measurement. But yes.
Okay, I was actually having some issues doing my last scan. That's what it was.
So maybe that's a problem. Yes. So it will be much better in the next version.
Okay.
I hope I'm able to release a version quite soon now, so it will be fixed.
Okay.
Okay. Any other question? I know, Seren, you tried to speak at one point.
I asked my question and
Okay.
you answered it as best as you can. Thank you very much.
Okay, shall we stop here?
I'm okay if we can talk about it afterwards for
Yeah, sure.
We have no more questions. Thank you very much.
Okay, great.
This was very helpful.
So please, if you have any requirements for future trainings, just send us an email, and maybe we can just integrate it in this weekly seminars. We will have a seminar next week, and then we will be off for 2 weeks because it will be holidays.
everybody has to go to church, I guess. That's why.
Exactly. And so yes, we'll see you next week, and then it will be 25 already.
Ça va vite.
Ça va vite. We actually have a pre-official release on the App Store and Play Store, so the app is live on it. But I don't want to say it until the next version when the meditation plays in background and with the screen off, because it will be much more easy and it will play on any device, even low-end Android phones. So that's when we will do the official launch, and it's probably in the coming days. So it's actually already available on the app stores now. We are adding some new language and so on, but the app is live on the app stores. Just wait a few days that it's really better working for the meditations.
Is there a price to it on the App Store?
Yes, the same as us, and only for the Me subscriptions. If you want the Pro subscriptions, you have to go through our website.
But you're not buying the scanner, are you?
No, the scanner is sold through distributors.
And the app is a monthly application, or it's a one-time?
Yeah, you can buy it one time, or you can buy it monthly. All the prices are on our website, if you want.
Right. So that's what I want to talk about for a minute when everybody's gone.
Okay, so if no questions anymore, I will stop the recording.